What's up, people? I hope you're all enjoying your Sunday evening, kicking back and relaxing. I want to talk about this Jurgen Braehmer, Nathan Cleverly situation. As expected, Jurgen Braehmer has decided to exercise his immediate rematch clause in the contract. For those of you who don't know, in voluntary defenses, rematch clauses are standard practice, and they have been for many years. It's quite unusual for a champion to not have a rematch clause in the contract when he's making a voluntary defense. So this is nothing strange, and it's nothing to criticize Jurgen Braehmer for. It's standard procedure. So he's decided to exercise that. I saw an interview with Callis Sauerland on IFL. It was, I think, before or after the press conference. I'm guessing it was after the press conference. And Callis Arlen didn't mention anything about Jurgen Braehmer dislocating his elbow or even tearing a ligament. When James Helder asked him, will he require surgery, Callis Arlen just started waffling for a bit, not really giving a straight answer. I'm going to assume, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I might have to correct this in the future, but I'm going to assume that Jurgen Braehmer don't need surgery. Could be wrong, but that's what I got from that particular interview, the way that Callis Arlen answered the question. And he kind of said that Jurgen Braehmer has twisted around his ligaments in his elbow. How he knew that from just being at the fight and not consulting a physician, not having a scan, your guess is as good as mine. But this is what he was saying in the IFL interview. To me, it doesn't seem like a particularly serious injury at this stage. So you really have to wonder why he didn't carry on. Was it really him thinking about his career? He's, I believe, 37 or 38 years old now. So maybe he thought, yeah, I've got a bit of a twinge in the elbow. Let me call it a day. I got the rematch clause. I'll become, what, 3-time or 4-time light heavyweight champion. It'll be a bigger fight, more headlines and all that type of stuff, making history in Germany. Maybe it was that. Some people are speculating that it was a plan by the whole team to do something like this. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying these are the speculations going on in the boxing world, among the boxing public. Now, as far as, excuse me, as far as the fight, God, I got a frog in my throat. As far as the fight itself, I have watched it again. And to be fair, Braehmer didn't look quite as comfortable on second viewing as I thought he did on first viewing. He was still winning the fight. I think the judges all had him 2 rounds up. And when Nathan Cleverly was asked about the scoring, again in an IFL interview, he said, yeah, that sounds about right to me. So even Nathan Cleverly conceded that he was behind in the fight. And rather than Cleverly getting on top, I thought that the pattern of the fight was Jurgen Braehmer landing more and more clean shots. Although the 6th round, Braehmer did get on his bike and start moving around. But that seemed to be voluntarily rather than Cleverly forcing him to do that. Then again, maybe he was tired. Maybe that elbow injury kicked in. Or maybe it was part of a plan. I don't know. But that's the situation at the moment. They're going to have a rematch. So nobody can go anywhere. Cleverly can't go off and fight nobody. Braehmer can't go off and fight nobody. How do you guys see the rematch going? You may have different views on what exactly happened in the first fight. Whether it was all above board or not. Whatever the case may be, let me know what you think is going to happen in this rematch. And it won't be in the UK. It's a voluntary defense at the end of the day. So, you know, Cleverly and Hearn are not going to get to dictate terms. This ain't like Tyson Fury and the Klitschko situation, because Tyson Fury was the mandatory challenger. There was a rematch clause there, which is unusual for a mandatory challenger, but still, because there was a rematch clause and because he was mandatory challenger, clearly in the contract he must have had a much better deal than a voluntary challenger. Whereas Nathan Cleverly being a standard voluntary, you ain't going to get the rematch in your own country. You're going to have to go back to Germany. From what I saw in that first fight, personally, I think Jurgen Braehmer's got more than enough to deal with Nathan Cleverly in the rematch. However, from a psychological point of view, perhaps Nathan Cleverly has taken a lot of confidence from this first Jurgen Braehmer fight. Perhaps his corner told him, see, you made him quit. Because there was times in that fight where I thought Nathan Cleverly was losing heart. I thought Jurgen Braehmer's big left hand had knocked a lot of the confidence and ambition out of Cleverly. But given the fact that he did quit on his stool, Cleverly might be thinking back to it, saying to himself, you know what? I was getting to him after all. My corner was right. So in the rematch, we might see Cleverly more confident. And when he's in a rough patch, be able to keep his confidence high because he's thinking back to the first fight where Braehmer quit. So, yeah. Let me know how you feel about this rematch. What's going to happen? Who's going to win? Will it be repeat or revenge? Drop it all in the comment section below. It's your boy Hatman. I'm out.